A Canon event every single student will experience in life is a group presentation.
Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Group presentations are inevitable and unavoidable, except for the one guy in the French department of my college. He's immune to group presentation because he literally has no group members. Now, no matter where you are in the world, there are some particular kind of characters that can be found in every single group. There's the overachiever who treats the group project like it's a cure for cancer, the coordinator who acts like he's driving the bus but has no idea where this is going, the group rider who exists purely for moral support, the phantom who never shows up until it's time for group photos, the last minute changer who treats the group project like it's Minecraft. I'll make the PowerPoint guy who only adds blue to the existing template, the generative AI guy which was newly added to the server, and finally we have the we had a presentation guy. Now, this set of people can be arranged in any possible number of combinations. Sometimes one person can be multiple characters, and sometimes multiple people in the group can exhibit the same character, but you can always find them in every single group presentation. Now, if you can stick around for a couple more minutes, I can give you a story time of how these people played a part in my presentation, how you can identify them in your group, and a few lessons to learn from it. Now, there are multiple ways a group presentation can go, but usually it's the same across board. A few people in a group who now hate each other, presenting a topic they have sufficient knowledge on and getting graded for it. Now, a gun to my head, I cannot name 20 people from my class. Hell, I can barely even recognize my own classmates outside of school. And this was simply because my first semester consisted of 2 guys, 1 girl, and Spotify. So when we heard about the presentation, I was secretly praying we get the make a group of 5 style presentation, so I could just stick to my existing friend group and we could rock it down. Because these were smart and hardworking people and I could already flow perfectly well with them. Anyways, that did not happen though, because in my school, you get grouped by your level coordinator and then you get like a PDF file of everybody's name and their individual topics. So everybody starts asking around for their group members. And that's pretty chaotic because, again, this is just the second semester. So nobody really knows anybody yet. Everybody just hangs around their friend circle they made in the first semester. When the grouping arrived, I only recognized 2 people from my group, and by the end of the day, I was in a group chat with the course rep, his assistant, and 8 other members. So yeah, 11 people in total. And may I add that we are 135-ish in the department, so group of 5 would take forever to get through. Now, my group topic was kind of strange to me because I'd never seen it before, but I knew for a fact that if there's anything you need, there's probably an Indian who has made a video about it on YouTube, so off to YouTube I came. And lo and behold, there it was. I immediately started taking notes and mapping out the best way to attack the topic from, while learning as much as I could from my Indian masters. At this point, the group was still silent, with only 1 member still missing. Ironically, this was the last type of character I mentioned, but also the first type of character you would detect in any group. I'd like to call him the unavailable one. So after mapping out the system, I sent the first message to the group saying we should start working on the project and we'll catch the other guy up to speed whenever he gets into the group chat. Again, he never showed up. So I submitted the videos I had found and I waited for the first response. And immediately I got hit with the we have 2 weeks until the due date of the presentation, so there's no need to rush. And every other person who was online seemed to back the idea that it was too early to start. I knew there and then that we were cooked. The course rep went as far as saying he still needed to get more information on what kind of presentation it was going to be and blah blah blah. Like, how does that stop us from researching on the topic that we already have? We have other classes that are also going to take part of our time, so we should best start as early as we possibly can. After that, I was basically back to mapping out how I wanted the presentation to go because I knew these people couldn't be trusted based on how they were acting at the simple idea of starting early. And what was surprising is that this group was actually stacked. Anyone who saw my group would be like, damn bro, you guys are stacked. Someone even made a comment about us being the starting 11. After that first message though, I said I was not even going to reply or say anything until I was asked. And unfortunately for me, my phone was also stolen in the early hours of the next morning. The only thing I had left was the jotter I used to map out the video. With this new disability, I could have literally been the phantom of the group, but I still wasn't. I told my course rep after a few days that my phone was stolen. Since they hadn't called me to the corner to ask why I wasn't replying messages online, I deduced that they hadn't done anything in my absence. Soon enough, the first physical meeting was announced and I was notified ahead by the course rep. Only 6 people showed up for the meeting out of 11. All the research were collected and it was all AI, generative AI. Now, don't get me wrong, AI can be really helpful and can collate all the data you need in just a couple seconds. But that's only if you know how to use the AI properly to get the required answers. One person didn't even make any attempt at all and simply said he was going to make the PowerPoint and that we should handle the Word document section of it. That's the I'll make the PowerPoint guy. I wasn't sure any of them even read the documents they were submitting because nobody was saying anything and they were all just staring at each other on their phones. Now, I'm not going to lose 40 marks because of group incompetence, so I took the wheels and finally spoke about the mappings I had made before my phone was stolen. Out of the 6 present, only one person had actually seen the video I sent, so he made an AI list based on that video and we were kind of working in sync. And the only girl in the group said she was going to be making a presentation, so she does not need to do any of the work. That was somebody who was just group riding. Less than a week to the presentation and the project was not even ready. Again, this was because we had other lectures that required our time. The course rep became the coordinator and was dragging me back and forth through meetings because I seemed to be the only one who had this planned out. Even the other guy who aided me in the first meeting suddenly did not show up and was only available on the last meeting. And nothing seemed to be happening online, which was why they kept on creating physical meetings in the first place. The third meeting was held and one of the group members left me his laptop to continue the work from where we stopped the last time, while he disappeared to go and do some other activities. He was the 5th phantom in the group. Not many people showed up and the ones that did not stay long enough to actually contribute anything meaningful to the work. And remember the PowerPoint guy? Yeah, he hadn't done anything yet because again, the Microsoft Word document was not ready. And also bear in mind, we still needed to do presentation practice. It was finally ready on a Friday, which was 10 days after it was originally assigned to us. And a last-minute changer finally came along. Now, I was visibly pissed because he had 10 days to add or contribute anything to the project, but he did not. He waited until it was 4 days onto the actual presentation and then he showed up. But we took his idea into consideration though and finalized the project again. And then we submitted the Word section. What was left was the PowerPoint design and the speech presentation practice. I simply sent the document to one of my friends and he did the PowerPoint throughout the weekend. So I did the final edit on the PowerPoint by Monday, and no, the PowerPoint guy did not contribute. There's an extra person I did not mention, and that's because this person is not always present in every group. But he was present in mine though, and that's the Pablo Escobar of the group. These are the people willing to take on the financial burden in order to escape work, and that's exactly what he did. Now, with the PowerPoint out of the way, what that was left was practicing the presentation speech. It was Tuesday already, presentation was the next day, which was Wednesday, and nobody knew what they were doing yet. Now, the presentation could go in 2 ways. One, a single person gives the entire speech and the rest of the members receive questions and answers. This was ideal for me because I did majority of the work and I would be perfect for this. The second option though was to split it across everybody so each person could have something to present to show that they made contributions during the work. The second option was what everybody obviously went for. I allocated points to everyone present in the final meeting that day. The course rep, being the coordinator, would take the salutations and intro. Not an intro to the topic, but rather an intro of the topic. I would do the intro to the topic and lay up the necessary foundations. The next person, being the girl, would take the second quarter, and the other half was split across to the remaining 6 people present that day. Now, I wasn't even doing this for the sake of them knowing it, but rather for the sake of them answering questions, just in case an open question was made, they would be able to bail themselves out. It was finally the day of the presentation. I remember that guy that left me his laptop. Yeah, he finally showed up with codes he had made over the night that he would like to add into the display of the presentation. Yes, another last minute changer. Like, dude, you had 2 whole weeks. 2 weeks to bring up this idea, but nah, you waited until the last minute. And also, something I missed just a couple seconds ago, I did not actually allocate points to this guy because he was not even present. It was the other 5 people that got points allocated to them for reading. I just told him to do the conclusions if he could. So in a single group, we had 7 phantom, 2 last minute changers, 1 group writer, 2 group writers, 7 generative AI guys, 1 workloader, 1 coordinator, 1 I'll do the presentation guy that never did the presentation, 1 Escobar, all in a group of just 11 people. On the day of the presentation, only 9 people actually showed up. It was a massive failure. On master tack, couldn't present properly because they did not know what they were presenting, couldn't answer questions properly because they did not know what they were answering. PowerPoint was a mess because it wasn't even us that did it in the first place. And even when we tried to add more details, coordinator was like, it's not going to matter, it's not going to matter. And bear in mind, this was the group that was called the First 11. Now, what did I learn from my Canon event? 1. Don't lose your phone. 2. Don't rely on anybody. 3. It sucks to be the workloader. But 4, it also pays to be the workloader because I had to build them out of a lot of questions, and that was 3 points for me. Was it worth it? No, it was not. Key lesson here: start as early as you possibly can. I hope you enjoyed my Canon events. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this, and check out the other videos on the channel.